All right, so the world of financial trading, it's about to get completely turned on its head, and it's all being driven by two massive forces: the rise of incredibly cheap Chinese AI and the idea that our favorite trading platforms might suddenly be obsolete. Today, we're going to dive into how these two trends are crashing together to totally rewrite the rules of the game. Okay, let's get into it. And here it is, the quote that kicks this whole thing off. It's a huge statement, basically saying that some of the biggest, most popular trading platforms out there are facing a true existential crisis. So where does a claim like that even come from? What's the thinking behind it? Well, let's unpack it. See, a huge claim like that doesn't just come out of nowhere. It's actually built on two pretty radical ideas that are happening right now at the same time. The first one is all about the pure economics of artificial intelligence, and the second is about the very software we use to trade. And believe me, together they are creating an absolute perfect storm. So let's break down these two core predictions, because once you see how they lock together, well, that's when you'll really get why this is such a massive deal for anyone in this space. Here they are, plain and simple. First up, you've got these new ultra-low-cost Chinese AI models that are poised to just completely undercut the entire US market on price. And second, AI can now generate code so well that it makes being locked into a platform like TradingView or MetaTrader kind of pointless. Let's dig into that first one, because this is all about the money. And the numbers here, they are pretty mind-blowing, to be honest. We're talking about a cost difference that is just staggering. Okay, check this out. Let's say you want an AI to generate a complex, news-driven trading dashboard. If you use a top-tier US model, it's going to cost you around 29,000 points. Now, look at the competition. This new Chinese model, Miniacs, produces a dashboard of pretty much the same quality for just 5% of that cost. It's insane. I mean, just look at that difference visually. This isn't just a little bit cheaper. This is a fundamental disruption. When one tool can do the same job for a tiny fraction of the cost, a massive market shakeup isn't just possible, it's pretty much inevitable. 5%. Just let that number sink in. This isn't just about saving a bit of cash. This is about what becomes possible when the cost of incredibly complex AI work drops through the floor. It opens up a whole new universe of applications that just weren't economically feasible before. Okay, so that's the cost side of the equation. Now for prediction number 2. This is where AI stops just being cheap and starts breaking down the walls that have defined trading software for decades. You know how it's been for years. If you wanted to build a trading bot, you were basically trapped. If you used TradingView, you had to write everything in their special language, PineScript. On MetaTrader, you were stuck with MQL5. All your hard work, your skills, your code, it was all locked to one single platform. But now, AI just blows that whole model up. You can literally take a script from any of those closed-off languages, feed it to an AI with a simple 2-line prompt, and bam, you get clean, working Python code back in minutes. The AI basically acts as a universal translator, setting your code free. And this isn't just a theory, by the way. This was actually tested. Someone took a 200-line script from MetaTrader's MQL5 language and converted it into fully working Python in less than 10 minutes. Just like that, those decades-old barriers between platforms, they've basically been vaporized. So now let's put it all together. What happens when you combine an AI that can dream up sophisticated strategies for pennies with another AI that can write the code to trade them in minutes? This is where it gets truly wild. Remember that ultra-low-cost Chinese AI we were talking about? It was given a simple news prompt about oil, and it generated this. And we're not talking about some simple moving average crossover. This is a highly complex, institutional-grade strategy using options and futures to profit from volatility. This is the real deal. And get this, the AI didn't just spit out the idea. It projected its backtested performance. And these numbers are seriously impressive. A max drawdown of just 11%, a 74% win ratio, and a profit factor of over 3. And anything over 2 is typically considered very, very good. This right here, this is the new reality. At minute 0, the idea is generated by one AI. By minute 2, you just paste the text of that strategy into a second AI. And just 8 minutes later, you have a functional Python bot ready to connect to a broker and trade live. A workflow that used to take a team of quants weeks can now be done in 10 minutes. So, what does this all mean for the industry? I mean, when the cost to generate a professional-grade strategy is nearly zero, and the time to code a bot to run it is measured in minutes, the entire landscape of trading is forced to change. It just has to. The shift is just dramatic. We're moving from a world where automated strategies were expensive, slow, and platform-dependent to one where they're virtually free, instantaneous, and completely flexible. The high walls that kept this kind of power in the hands of hedge funds and big firms are simply crumbling. So the crucial point is this. The ability to generate both a complex trading idea and the code to execute it has been completely democratized. The tools that once cost millions and required years of specialization are now accessible to anyone with a keyboard, almost instantly. And that leads us to the biggest question of all. In a world where anyone can generate a brilliant strategy and deploy a trading bot in minutes, what actually separates the winners from the losers? If the ideas in the code are now cheap commodities, where will the real value, the real human edge, lie in the future of trading?